Hi and welcome to this morning's sunrise yoga session. All you'll need is your mat. We're going to work into a nice gentle flow, taking a few twists. So you can modify if you need to, take a break when you need to, but ultimately just enjoy the session ahead of you. Right? Let's take a moment and Hi and welcome to your sunrise yoga session. Hi, good morning and welcome to sunrise yoga. So this morning's session we're taking a gentle flow. We're taking some twists. We're just going to wake up the body, take a nice little stretch. So all you need is your mat. You might want a cushion to hand just to ease into any postures, maybe a strap if that's something you use in your practice. Take a break when you need to. Take an alternative posture if there's something I'm doing that you're not getting on with. But ultimately, let's just enjoy this nice way to wake up and start the week. Okay, so we're going to start with our heads at the top of the mat, feet down at the bottom. We are just going to start in Shavasana, which usually I wouldn't do in the morning, but today we are. So palms are turning up towards the ceiling, relaxing the feet out to the side. Lifting the shoulders a little bit up and taking them away from the ears. So you've got the nice length through the spine. Steady breaths in through the nose, all the way down to the bases of the lungs. And exhaling. So let's sigh the breath through the back of the throat. Making sure to relax the shoulders at the end of the breath. Just checking in with how your body's feeling. If there's any niggles, any stiffness, any areas of the body you particularly think need to be focused on. And then just let's think about what's going on in our mind. So if you've got a busy day, busy week ahead of you, you're just giving yourself this 30 minutes to focus on yourself, on your breath, on your body. So you're parking that list of things to do for the moment. And just take a deep breath in, reach the arms all the way up towards the ceiling and take them behind you to the floor. And we're just going to take a morning stretch. So point the toes, stretch the arms away from you. Lower back presses in towards the floor. And then relax and bring the arms alongside you again, palms facing down. Take a bend through the knees, soles of the feet connect to the mat. Tuck in the tailbone underneath so you've got full length through the spine. And then you're just going to take the knees from side to side. So don't rush through anything. So just loosening the hips. Opening up the side waist. And then you're going to bring the knees back into the center, and the soles of the feet are coming together, and then you're just going to drop the knees out to the side. So you're opening up the inside of the thighs and the hips. And when you're ready, you're just going to squeeze the inside of the thighs and bring the knees in together. And then hug them in towards the chest and take a little rock from side to side. Just taking small movements and then taking some circular movements with the lower part of the spine, so the sacral area. Taking circles one way and then the other way. Let's just hold on to that, coming to be still and holding on to that right knee. Right toes turning up towards the face, left leg is nice and long. So we're just easing into the session now. Keeping both feet nice and active. Drawing the belly button in. Keeping the shoulders relaxed as well. When you're ready, inhale to lengthen through the right leg, holding on behind the back of that thigh, that hamstring, and toes turned down towards the face, feeling the length through the back of the leg. You want to engage those abdominals and the pelvic muscles so they're fully grounded into the mat. Good. And now take a bend through the left leg. And the right ankle is going to come on top of the left knee. Coming into supine pigeon. So we're just going to open up the outside of the glutes there. So bringing that left knee in. If it's comfortable for you, you can use a strap if you want to. Or you can keep that left foot down on the floor, whatever suits you. And we're going to take a gentle rock from side to side here. As you're coming over to the left side, you might feel a more intense stretch in the outside of the thigh. And then when you're ready, we're going to extend that right leg nice and long. Left toes turn up towards the face. Just opening up at the back of the leg there. Making sure that you're breathing, you're not holding your breath. And then when you're ready, extending that left leg up towards the ceiling, toes turning down towards the face. Really thinking about the length right the way down the back of that leg. Keep the neck, the jawline, the face nice and soft. Now take a bend through the right leg. Left ankle comes on top of that right knee. We're taking supine pigeon on your other side. So bringing that right knee in towards you. Lower back presses into the mat. And then once you feel it ease away, you can take a little rock from side to side. Again, when you come over to that right side, you might notice a more intense stretch. So just go where you're comfortable. These are really nice stretches to do if you've been, lying in bed still or even sitting all day at a desk. And then just coming to be still. We're going to take now a happy baby. So you can either hold on to the backs of the thighs, bringing the knees, right knee in towards the right shoulder, left knee in towards the left. Or you can bring the hands to the ankles if you're not feeling quite ready for a full happy baby. Or of course you can catch the outside edge of the feet and draw the knees down. So watch the tailbone doesn't lift. You want the tailbone to be firmly fixed down onto the floor. You can take some movement here. So you can take a little rock, you can press the foot, lengthen the legs. So whatever feels good to you. And now just bringing those knees together. And you're going to come up slowly up into a seated position. So we're just going to lengthen through the neck. So sitting in a cross-legged position. You're going to take your left hand away from you. The right hand is going to come just to the outside of that head. Rather than pulling the hand down, you're going to ease the head into the hand. So as you do that, you should feel a lengthening through this left side. Make sure that you're breathing. Don't force it. It's not an intense press into the hand, it's just an easing into the hand. Good. Now when you're ready, just release that side, taking the right hand down to the mat, left hand comes to the side of the head, and again you're just going to gently press the your head into the hand, length through the side. So if you suffer from tension headaches, or sometimes you can just sleep awkwardly, it's a really nice way to help release the tension there. And then bringing the head into the center, you're going to interlace the fingers and take the hands behind the head, looking down towards the legs, the floor. And you're just going to gently ease the head into both hands. You should feel length through the back of the neck. Obviously, if you have any existing neck problems, it's not probably an exercise that you're going to want to ease into too much, but you just want that length through the spine. Good. Now when you're ready, just releasing the hands. And then taking the right hand, realigning the spine, taking the right hand down towards the floor. Take a deep breath in. Left arm comes all the way up and over. And then when you're ready, you can windmill that left arm around. Right arm comes up and over. So really opening up the sides. Make sure that you're breathing. And then bringing the hands, both of them behind the back, interlacing the fingers. You're going to open up the chest. So again, length through the spine, breath nice and steady. And when you're ready, just releasing the hands. And then you're going to come over into a tabletop position. So the hands are underneath the shoulders. Spread the fingertips nice and wide. Knees are underneath the hips. So spine is in neutral. And then take a deep breath in. You're going to flick the tailbone up. Lengthen through the front of the body. And then exhale. Draw the belly button in. Rounding through the shoulders. Send the gaze towards the thighs. So we're taking cat and cow. And this is a really nice asana, nice posture to do, to flow in the morning when you get out of bed, or any time that your back is feeling stiff. So just taking a few rounds. Good. And then you're going to come back into neutral spine and ease the bum back onto the heels and reach the hands forward. Rest the head down on the floor. Child's pose. So we're just here for a moment. If at any point something that you're not getting on with, you can always take this as an option. So we're now going to take a deep breath in, and you're going to come up and through into cow pose. So gaze forward and exhale, rounding through the shoulders, back into child's pose. Rest the head down. We're going to flow the moves. You kind of come up, cow pose. Exhale, rounding through the spine, coming back into child's pose. We're going to take one more. So coming up, lengthen through the front of the body, tailbone flicks up. And exhale, round through the shoulders, draw the tailbone back, child's pose. Good. And then coming up into tabletop and holding it there. We're going to tuck the toes and we're going to come into downward facing dog. Okay, so pressing down with the fingertips, hitching the tailbone up and lengthening through the back of the body. So we're going to pedal the heels. We're going to keep the movement active just for the moment. So easing into the backs of the legs. Again, when you've been lying down all night, everything tends to feel a little bit more stiff. You might feel that, your heels might normally be closer to the mat, but don't worry about it. This is just about lengthening, flexibility, breath, waking the body up. Now take a deep breath in. You're going to come over into plank pose. Drop the knees if you need to. Lower down through chaturanga. Elbows come underneath the shoulders. Coming into baby cobra. Length through the front of the body. Reaching through the crown of the head. Exhale. Hands come underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes. Downward facing dog. You're going to take two more of those. So inhale over into plank pose, so Kumbhakasana. Drop the knees if you need to. Lower through chaturanga, elbows skimming the rib cage. Then they come underneath the shoulders, length through the front of the body. And then exhale, hands underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes. Child's pose, downward facing dog. When you're ready, one more time. So inhale all the way over into Kumbhakasana. Drop the knees if you need to. Lower through chaturanga. Elbows under shoulders. Supported cobra. Hands underneath the shoulders. Downward facing dog. Good. Now inhale, lift the right leg. Right leg nice and high, and right foot comes between the hands at the front. Drop the back knee on the first round. Inhale, coming up. Low crescent lunge. So soften through the shoulders, take the tension away from the shoulders. Take a deep breath in to lengthen. Exhale, bringing the hands through heart center. Left elbow comes to the outside edge of that right knee. Taking a little twist around. Send the gaze either to the right or just over that right shoulder. Lovely. Inhale, bring the hands up. Exhale, right hand comes in line with that right knee. Open out to the left side. So feel the inside of that thigh. Just lengthening. And then inhale, bringing the hands up. Exhale, frame that front foot again. And then you're going to step back into downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg. Left foot comes between the hands at the front. Drop the back knee, untuck the toe. Up into that low crescent lunge. Good. Soften through the shoulders. Relax the neck. Get a deep breath in here to lengthen. And as you exhale, then hands come through, heart center. Right elbow comes to the outside edge of that left knee. Taking a twist around to the left and sending the gaze left or over the left shoulder. So the aim here is to open the chest as much as you can. Keep the length through the spine. Inhale, bringing the hands up. Good. Exhale, frame that front foot. Oh no, we're not doing that. We're bringing that left arm in line with the left knee. Nearly missed something. So left arm in line with the left knee, and then you're opening out to the right side. So you want to feel the opening on this shoulder as you bring the body around. Good. Inhale, bringing the hands back up. Now we're going to go down. Frame that front foot, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg again. Right foot comes between the hands at the front. Dropping that back knee and scooting the right foot a little bit further forward, untucking the back toe. You're going to take length through the front of the spine, through the front of the body even. And as you exhale then, the right toes are going to come drawn towards the face. So as you inhale, you're coming forward. So if you need to pad up that left knee, please do. And as you exhale, you're drawing the tailbone back and feeling it in the right hamstring. I'm going to do 2 more. So inhale, length through the spine. Good. Exhale, draw the tailbone back. 1 more. Inhale, length through the spine. Gaze forward. Exhale, tailbone draws back. Now you're going to come back into that low lunge, bring the foot back into the center of the hands come down to the mat, and then you're going to lift up, tuck the toes and lift that knee up, and inhale into that high crescent pose. So soften through the shoulders, and keep the lunge coming through that front leg. Take a deep breath in, and coming round now into warrior 2. So your right ankle, knee and hip are all in alignment. Okay, left foot presses away. Heels are in line with each other. So that imaginary line on your mat, both heels are on it. So you keep that lunge coming through that right leg. Good. Now turning that front hand up, reaching all the way up towards the ceiling and opening up the side in reverse warrior. Keep the face nice and relaxed. And then coming round back into warrior 2. You're going to straighten up that front leg, reach all the way forward, and then come over into Trikonasana, so triangle pose. So your top left hip here, you want to watch it doesn't close. When you reach for the floor, the hip will close. So even if you're here with the hands on the hips and the knee is slightly bent, we're trying to keep this hip open. Good. Keep breathing, keep the face nice and relaxed. And then when you're ready, soften through that front knee, bringing the arms back through warrior 2. Lifting up this left heel now, framing that front foot and step back into downward facing dog. Good. Inhale this time, lift the left leg. And then the left foot comes between the hands at the front, but you're dropping the back knee. And then just drawing the tailbone back. So foot comes slightly forward. And then you're going to inhale to lengthen. Good. Exhale, draw the tailbone back. So lengthening through the hamstrings. Inhale, lengthen. Gaze forward. Exhale, tailbone back. So feeling it here as you come forward in the hip flexor. And as you go back, exhale, hamstring. 2 more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hamstrings. Good. 1 more time. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Now bring your body back. Foot comes between the hands at the front, lifting through the back toes, and then coming up into that high crescent lunge. So reaching, feeling it in that front hip flexor, lunging through that front leg. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale then, you're going to come round into warrior 2 on your second side. Ankle, knee, hip all in alignment. Softening off the shoulders, so don't have them here. Keep them relaxed. Gaze over the front hand. Watch the knees not dropping in. Breathe. Now turning that front hand up. Windmill the arms over. Lengthen through that side. Reverse warrior. Keep the face nice and relaxed. Keep the lunge coming through that front leg. And when you're ready, bringing the arms back in line with each other. Straighten up that front leg. Reach all the way forward as far as is comfortable. And then come over into Trikonasana. Remember, don't drop the hand down to reach the floor because it'll close your hip off. So the point really, the hip stays open, is where you'll go. So even if you keep the hand on the hip and you're higher up, that's fine. So lengthening through the side. Good. And when you're ready, softening through the knee, coming back through into that warrior two. And then you're going to turn your front foot round and then windmill the arms to frame that front foot. Step back into downward facing dog. Slowly coming over into Kumbhakasana plank pose, lowering through Chaturanga. Drop the knees if you need to. Inhale into Cobra or supported Cobra. Remember, nice length through the spine. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Drop the knees down towards the mat with the big toes touching. Just taking a child's pose, resting the head down. Just taking a moment to counter pose. And then when you're ready, just coming up. And then finding your way into a seated position. You're just going to come back down onto the mat for a moment. So your hands are alongside you, feet are close towards the bum, and hip distance apart. So coming up into a bridge pose, so squeezing up through the hips, gently resting on top of the shoulders. So imagine the knees are being drawn together, really opening up the front of the body, activating the posterior chain, breathing steadily. And when you're ready, just gently releasing down. And just bring the knees in towards the chest. And then just keeping the knees up. Now the hands are going to come alongside the body. Knees are just over the hips. And we're just going to gently drop the knees over to the right side. Send the gaze over the left shoulder. Make sure that you're breathing. Often we hold our breath in twists. And then bringing the knees through the center and just realigning them so the knees are directly over the hips again, hands come alongside you. And then dropping them over to the left side, gaze over the right shoulder, just noticing the difference in the sides. Steady breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. And then when you're ready, just gently bringing both knees in towards the center. And we're going to just take a happy baby. So holding the backs of the knees or the ankles or the side of the feet and drawing the tailbone down, feeling the hips nice and open. Either holding the outside edge of the feet or peace fingers around the big toes. And then lengthening, playing around again like you did right in the beginning. So lengthening, taking a little rock from side to side. And then just coming to bring the knees back in towards the chest. And you're going to come up now into a seated position, a seated cross-legged position. You're going to take a deep breath in here and reach the hands all the way up. And as you exhale, you're going to bring them to the floor. And creep the hands away from you and just tucking the chin in. And then bringing the fingertips in towards you. And this time, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, then bring the hands behind you, interlace the fingers, draw the chest up and through. And if you want to, you can come forward here. So opening up the shoulders if it's comfortable. And then replacing the hands back down to the lower part of the spine, releasing them. And this time, inhale, bringing the hands up. And exhale them through heart center. And namaste, yogis. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope you can join me next time.